forgiven you. Within that forgiveness, big opportunity. I manifested my house that I have today.
Loveness?
Yes?
I don't mean to interrupt, but like a powerful, because I feel like so many of us have financial challenges.
Yes.
While you were just speaking, this came to me that what is it that money provides what is it that people are seeking that they think money gives? And so I wrote down safety, security, freedom, travel, right? But then I realized on a deeper level, I've actually blamed money. I've put my blame, I have given my power to money, and I blamed it for my feelings of insecurity, for fear, for jealousy, for anger, and more. And so it was like I was being shown a cage, and all of these, there's all of the cage is like fear is a bar, jealousy is a bar, anger is a bar, and they're all surrounding us. So we're caged in this negative information. And I was saying, well, it's money's fault because I feel insecure. It's money's fault because I'm I'm jealous that that person can travel and go stay at a motel and I can't, or whatever, okay? So but what I just realized is money is just the gift. The blame, the negative information, the cage is around me, and the feelings that I'm seeking, safety, security, freedom, and travel, are also inside of me. So it was just like a huge epiphany of I've blamed money. I've blamed money for not being able to do so many things. So essentially, I'm taking my energy and my power and giving it away to something else
Yes.
instead of taking that in. It's not money's fault. It's not anybody else's fault. It's my stuff that just needs, I need to, instead of focusing on feeling insecure, being jealous, having anger, I have the power to focus on the things I want to feel, which is I want to feel safe. I want to feel secure. I want to feel free to go visit my friend Loveness in Portland if I could, so I need to give my focus and energy to the positive things, and so it was just such a huge light bulb moment that I feel like may help someone else on the line too. Is we have to stop giving our power to other things outside of us and transform inside of us. That's the
Yes.
only we have the power to do. So
Yes.
we can our relationships, we can blame our finances, we can blame whatever, but it's all inside of us, and we have to find the positive. So thank you so much. Today has been amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brian. Yes, when you, like you said, you're giving your power to something, and the more you focus on it, the more you're giving away the power, and the more you start feeling more sick, or relationships. It's the same with the jealous you talked about. When you are jealous of someone, you're giving them all your power, really. Each time you're jealous of them, you're giving them your power, especially if they are not jealous of you or taking. But if you're jealous of them, they're jealous of you. Then you're just bouncing. Master Shah talks about people fighting on veg when you were yelling at each other. It's the same, someone becomes jealous of me and then I speak wrong about them. It's just tossing back and forth. So thinking, celebrate each other, that balances the whole thing. The whole community balances as well too. But when there is no celebration of even each other's achievement, there is no balance. What I was about to talk about in the beginning, when I talked about when growing up, so we will balance each other in that way. When one person does well, finishes high school in the community, in the village, the whole village will celebrate. There'll be a big party from the whole village, or they just come with gifts of giving. You finished high school, gifts of something, you know, they give gifts. It's a way of celebrating. And then, or for example, like when I go to Zimbabwe, I've been away for 15 years. I know unless there is Corona, I think even if there is Corona, the artists in Zimbabwe are waiting for me. They're like, we can't wait to celebrate. Each one someone's coming, we're celebrating. Each time someone wins something, we celebrate. If someone wins a trophy, we celebrate. The whole community celebrate. So when we celebrate each other, we are balancing each other. That's when we're talking about the opposite of jealousy. It's really admire. Oh wow, look how beautiful they look. And it's not like, oh wow, what about me, right? Looks so beautiful. Look at that, right? Wow. How do you do that? I love to ask. I'm like that. You do something, I want to know how you do it. If I want to know how to do it, I don't say, oh my gosh, look what they just did. Oh my gosh, maybe they think they are better now, right? I go and say, oh my goodness, that was amazing. Can you tell me, please, the secret? How did you do that? Please, I want to learn, you know? And then I learn, I move forward, I do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be sitting here talking what I'm talking. I'm talking the truth. I'm learning to go back to my roots, the way I was raised, with the greatest love, forgiveness, compassion. Light was not emphasized. And then humility was emphasized. You know, if you're not humble to an adult or somebody, your parents, if you are traveling, your parents are sitting here, you do any weird, not so good or whatever, there's that eye. What was that? It's like saying, what is that? You will see me later. There's no killing or anything, but what were you doing? What was that? Why did you behave that way? Do you know you're embarrassing us or something as a family or whatever, you know? And then you will never do it. If you are unfortunate, you might get a switch, right? So we knew never to do that. We're like, you know. Anyway, so I was raised with the greatest humility. Be humble. We bow to adults. We do this. And I saw this on Friday, when I went to perform. There was a Zimbabwean family, the lady with her children. I haven't seen that in many years. We do this is to show respect to one another. It's like sometimes another tribe of mine, we do this, we bow or we go down this way. So humility is something I was raised with. I know it better. Being in the city and being in the arts and performing, just opening myself to who I am. Yeah, rock, and you know, even in the countryside, I was still very outgoing. But then in the city, then there's the competition. That's the only difference. So greatest humility, is something in the village, is always there. You don't have to ask, what is that? Is that humility? You see it is just done. And then greatest flourishing was never emphasized. Harmony is always something the community wants. So we were raised, we sing with the harmony. You meet an adult there, you do wrong, then adults from the village will discipline you and bring you to your house. It was everyone taking care of each other. It takes a village to raise a child. That's one of the highest meanings. When an adult sees me do wrong or stealing at someone else's garden over there, they will stop me, they will get me, they'll get a switch. If I'm older enough, I guess they will still talk, say, hey, I saw you, and I'm going to tell the whole community of what you are doing. We'll all know what you did. And you're not gonna feel good, right? But then we sit you, we tell you the good things that you do, so you know that you are not a thief, you are not a angry person, you are not. So we tell, oh, you know what I like about you? Oh my gosh, I like this about you. You know what you once did in that year? You saved that child when they were about to drown, you know, and we tell you all these good things, and you see yourself from that space of goodness instead of, oh my gosh, all I'm hearing is I'm a bad person. Oh yeah, she is. That's all you hear. That's what you will end up becoming. I see people do that in the community to other children. They're not their children. That's even worse, you know. To their children, you don't hear. You're just whatever, and then the kids start to think maybe, you know. So I try to tell my children, whether they are struggling in school or not, how good they are, amazing they are, how talented they are, because there is something they are talented in. I tell them they can do whatever they can. They're able. You're good in soccer, you can do it also in school. Just look at it the same way and have fun with it. But it's different, you know. Anyway, so flourishing was not emphasized in my culture. Unless we talk about flourishing in terms of having a lot of cows, there was no like, oh yeah, I need to have a lot of cows either. No, just a natural thing. It just happened. until my mom came and changed the whole thing. Anyway, another story for another time. Then greatest gratitude. That is one thing that I grew up seeing. Gratitude. I use forgiveness, gratitude more than the other does. I'm not going to lie to you. Gratitude is one of the most yummy key for me. You know, here's a good example. It makes me want to cry. So when I first had my Dow hands, the first person who got healed was my mother. After that, I met a man on the Max on the train who was saying, oh, hey, from Norway, the opening just started. Watch, if you're a new Dow hands, watch, things will come to you. People who are meant to be served by you will come to you. Pay attention. So I'm in the Max. I'm carrying a Soul Healing Miracles book. He's carrying a little book, almost this size. And I'm like, oh, I looked at him and said, oh, what kind of book are you reading? I saw it was like a church book. So it's about God and Jesus. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I'm reading Soul Healing Miracles. So then I'm in the Max. I'm standing, he's sitting down with this 14-year-old girl. Listen to the story, it's going to be short. So then he says, oh yeah, my daughter Elizabeth, she cannot go to school. She hears voices. The voices are telling her to come and kill me with knives and stuff like that. So she goes to the kitchen. Sometimes she's holding a knife. And then I ask her, and then that's when she started telling me. In school, the teachers are telling me. So she's no longer going to school. So I was like, okay, you know what? I just got my what's called the Divine Healing Hands. May I offer you a blessing with your daughter? He goes, yes. I get the phone number. I get his and his name, Mikael. And so I go home, and then I say, I told him I need to come to your house tomorrow if that's okay, or you can come to mine. At the time, I did not know, I don't know. I just asked that way. So they said I can come to their house. Here is where the story it's coming. So I went to their house. I'm going to talk about gratitude. So I went to their house. When I got there, they had nothing. The fridge was empty, but they had some onions and tomato sauce and some noodles, spaghetti noodles. So they made the sauce for me. They cooked the noodles. They made for all three of us, so we ate that day, like around lunch. So it was the father and the daughter, and then sat down. We ate. It tasted, I've never tasted food so good, you guys. It was just made from nothing, all they had, and the soup was still a little bit left, because Elizabeth thought maybe she should leave some for her father. And the father went back and said, Elizabeth, is there any more left? She said, yes. And the father said, bring it back, bring everything. They put everything in my plate. They reminded me of people in my house. They will give everything they have just to serve a visitor. That's Africa. That's why I call the spirit of Mama Africa to always be here with me so I can remember my roots at all times. They reminded me of my roots in a deep way. They came here as refugees from East Africa. And I did not see that coming, but I ate that food, enjoying it like it had everything you can think of in there. It was like the food only a poor person can make. It was just some noodle and some tomato cut, and it's just so sad looking, but that's all they had in the house. And the way they gave that, the gratitude I had eating that food reminded me of remembering what gratitude feels like. We were raised with gratitude. We gave gratitude either through saying thank you or just helping a neighbor. I know exactly how it feels. So that reminded me the power of gratitude. So that gratitude was emphasized in my upbringing. I know how it feels. I know what it looks like. I know how to use it. Be grateful before you receive even. That's one of the keys of gratitude for me. Be grateful before you receive what you're going to receive. Because you have to be aware and know that God always promised, even in his Bible, we will always be given when we ask. He can give us anything we want. So now we have no fear because we know we can receive anything we want because God promised us is there. What is blocking us is what Master Shah is teaching us to remember how to remove the blockages so we can receive what was promised a long time ago. And through Master Shah, we are doing that. We use the tools, we receive. We use the tools, we ask, we receive. We ask, we receive. We all have the power to do that. We have all the power of the 10 is within each one of us. The power to be forgiven is within us. When you go deep, we had power to ask for forgiveness sincerely and ask, and you mean it. Miracles happen. You forgive unconditionally. Like when I forgive my family member after 4 years of anger, you are rewarded. Then I went and bought a better house, big house. It's big to me. The yard is almost 2 acres of land. Where I was going to be buying was a small house before the money was stolen. Then I was given the test. After 4 years, I learned my test. I passed the test. After 4 years, 2 weeks after that, I manifested the house I have. My mother, today as I speak, she had people lined up to come and get water, because God, when he blesses you, he will give you a cherry on top. So when God blessed me with that house, he gave me a borehole, electric well, so we don't have to use the city water. That was not a common thing in the neighborhood, but we did have that. So because God said, now you've learned the lesson, you passing the test. I'm so happy for you for passing the test of anger, Loveness. You released the anger. Lose that attachment to anger. You lost the attachment today. Released it. You released it. I'm so proud of you, God said, and I'm going to bless you with the house you were looking for when that money was stolen, where the anger started. I want to give you exactly what I was going to be giving you, but better. I'll give you a better house with an electric well. Will that be better? Oh yeah, God gave me cherry on top. Thank you to forgiveness. Thank you to the power of anger. Thank you to the awareness. And thank you to my soul for learning that forgiveness is the power that resides in each and every one of us. And we have the power to be forgiven. And we have the power to forgive. And as we are being forgiven, we are being blessed at the same time. So when I ask you, if you did me something wrong, here's how it is. You do me something wrong, I ask for forgiveness from you because you did me wrong. It's because I'm understanding that this is not something that just started here. This has something else in the past. When I did that forgiveness, I did not know that. So when I met Master Shah, I was like, oh my gosh, everything he says, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I thought, I didn't know it was this big. I knew it works, but I didn't know it was something this big. I knew after forgiving, I felt good. I felt healthy. And Master Shah is teaching me that forgiveness is the key. It is the second from all the 10 greatest qualities of the divine. If you can embody one, you have embodied all. So gratitude was emphasized, flourishing was not. Service was emphasized. We served one another. We went around the community helping the elderly. They want farming this year, someone is sick this year, or they have a little baby. If a husband and wife are together and they just have a little baby, we know that the woman is weak a little bit. She cannot help in the fields. The community go and help that man. We farm for each other. We finish in one day here, we finish one day here, we do it fast. Everyone gets to reap and harvest big because we helped each other. When the rains come, we figure, oh, the rains came late this year. If we don't plant soon, we're not going to make it. So what do we need to do? We do gatherings and we go. This week is Loveness's house. Today is Loveness's house. Tomorrow is so-and-so's house. In less than a week, the whole community has planted their seeds. And then they harvest, every community harvests. That's what I bring into the teachings of Master Shah. We all harvest. It takes a village to do it. And there's no competition in it. When the competition starts, you have to be aware of it and see what to do about it. Do you want to be pushing into it? Or do you want to just kind of follow nature's way? You have to learn to live this life to be in balance. You have to be, it's like swelling, If you can go with it, everything just goes easily. But if you go against it, that's when things, it has to be this way. And then the rigidity happens. Then you break. Like if the wind was coming and the grass is standing here, the grass goes, no, I don't want to go that way. The grass breaks, but the grass always follows the wind. We need to also allow ourselves to follow nature's way. Okay, let me offer a blessing. I went too far today, but let me offer a blessing of follow nature's way. Let's be able to follow nature's way to see the good from the negative that always is happening to us, to see the opposite of what is right now. what you think it is, because usually it's our mind, really. But if the situation is this way, and how would I want it to be? If I was to redo it, how would I make it be? Okay, now that I cannot redo it, but what do I choose to do to make things better than what they are now? Right? Good teaching from Brienne, the yin and yang teaching. So follow nature's way helps us to see that we can live in balance with nature, with whatever is happening. Just go with the flow. Don't go against it, or you break like a dry branch. If you swing, you keep going with the grass, it keeps going. Life is good. The grass is pushed by the water down, and then the grass comes back up sometimes. Most of the time it comes up. The one that doesn't come up, it becomes manure. Who do we think we are to be different from nature? We are like nature. Just follow nature's way, like a grass. So when the testing comes, see it as a testing. Remember, Dan reminded us, this is a test. This is a test. This is a test. This is a test. We are in the school of life. And now we are right in the high school, almost going to college right here now. Or maybe we're in college. High school, kind of, right? Things will get harder. There is adolescence kicking in, there is the subjects, and there is judging each other, or the other kid is cooler than me, the other one is not cool. We are like in high school where havoc is happening. What do we want to be? Do we want to be the leaders of tomorrow? Do we want to continue following the other kids, groupies, and doing whatever? Or we want to be the leaders of tomorrow? Then we make a choice. This is where we are in this school of testing, school of life. And the test is going to get harder, but it's awesome when you realize it's a test. That's where the manifestations occurs, when you realize this is just a test. This is just a test. So I want to offer a blessing to each one of us. Using my stick. So my stick has received 3 treasures: greatest love. The first one was greatest light, greatest forgiveness, and then greatest love from Dr. Rolene. So now, let's see how many people I know. Okay, we're still there. I love you guys. Thank you so much for staying. Now I'm gonna do actually a draw. Can we have people put a number between 1 to, since it's 8 of us, it's gonna be easy. No, let me not put that way. Okay, a number between 1 to 99, and I'm gonna pick one person for a demo to receive the blessing for the first time since it was given, the Da-I treasure by Dr. Rolene. So a number between 1 to 99. So let me see what Divine is giving me. And then, okay, I got a number. I usually don't, from my mind, I would have not picked that number. Because I'm very good. I love numbers. I like the numbers that goes. Okay, so put your name, put your number. I see 2 people. If you're not there, it's okay. Maybe you fell asleep a little bit because maybe the vibration is high. Because the holy beings that are gathered here are beyond what our eyes or our mind can comprehend. Call upon all of them to continue coming, all our ancestors, our descendants, our lineages. And I ask the soul, the spirit of this land, the spirit of America, the lands of America, to please come and join us. We love you, we honor you, we appreciate you. Dear, the soul of all the grounds that we step on every day, every moment, or if we've ever stepped on since the beginning of our creation, we invite each one and every one of you, help us to ground, help us to connect with the true wisdom and love from your land, only the love and wisdom from your lands. So when I moved here, I asked for the wisdom and the spirit of this land to help me, bless me, protect me, show me around, show me the way, give me all that I need, because I don't know where to find things, to help me to know where to go when I want to find things. So I didn't get to work to search too much. Even for the wisdom, I didn't have to search too much for it. Because I searched as a kid, no one would answer me about anything. So I started asking myself and God and Jesus and my ancestors, because no one else would answer me. And then God answered me and gave me Master Shah to even help me to understand more deeper all the things I've ever asked as a kid. Because I was raised in a spiritual family. They practiced spirit, but I did not understand. When I asked, they said, no, this is just for adults, don't ask. So, okay, so my number was, is there someone else? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 3 more, or 2 more actually. And then Kimi is makes it number 9 for us here. So, okay, I will choose a number. My number was 47. So any number that's closest to 47, you are it. So there's a 33 and a 53. Which one is closest to 47? 33, 7 makes it 40, and then another 7. That's 14. 53. Give me the math, you guys. What's the closest number? 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. So it looks like that one
53.
is 53. And it is close. Yay! Congratulations. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So
Loveness, can you repeat the kind of blessing, because there was a fading away from the voice, from the sound.
Oh yeah, wait a minute.
Disturbance on the internet.
Oh, okay. And is this your partner, Adele? How do you say that name?
53 is me.
How
And
about
27? 27.
Who's 27?
It's my partner.
Oh yeah, I want to
27.
say, I want to hear how you say the name.
Edeltraut.
Edeltraut, nice, beautiful. Okay, so it's you. So the blessing is coming from the Sahara Street stick that I was gifted by Dan, and it received the Da Quan Chu download treasure light bulb, and it received the Da Guangming greatest light bulb, and then Rulin put greatest love light bulb. So now that it has 3 light bulbs. The third one being coming from Rulin. I want to offer you a blessing with it. May you let me know what the blessing is? I feel like there is a relationship. Maybe it could be that. I don't know. But let me know what you want it for. Unless you want divine to choose, that's fine.
There's one big problem in my life. We have to find a new home where we can live in love, peace, harmony.
Okay.
And yes, a new residence.
Okay. All right. And follow nature's way. And lose the attachment to finding this home also. Just know that divine will give you this place, and lose the attachment. Sometimes when we are in fear, like I've done, I end up just choosing any place that's not really the best place. But when I lose the attachments and allow God to be the one to give me the place, they always give me good, nice places. So yeah. So okay, follow nature's way is the song I'm gonna sing. So dear, my healing stick and all the treasures that you embody, I love you, I honor you, I appreciate you, and all the souls of Mother Africa, including the souls of America. I invite you to come and join us. I ask for forgiveness from anything I have ever done to harm you, your ancestors, your descendants, and your lineages. I invite my ancestors, my descendants, my lineages to please come and join me at this time. All of you from the beginning of our creation, in all our incarnations, to please come and join us at this time. Please help me. Surround me with love and light, all the holy beings on Mother Earth, in all planets, stars, galaxies, and all universes. Love on and appreciate you. All my treasures and downloads, please turn on, activate, and give me a protection that is appropriate at all times whenever I need it to offer my services. Dear the spirit of this land, thank you so much for accepting me as or your citizen. I am so grateful. I still would love to connect more with you, but this connection of this stick is deeper, and I value it. I'm so grateful for it more than my own words can express. I know it is the gift from your heart and soul collectively. As I pray, as I ask that you please help me in your land to learn what I need to learn, the wisdom, the knowledge, the ways of service, the ways to my own evolution as I grow as a spiritual being, as a physical being, as a servant. I'm so grateful to all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. And dear, the soul of the stick, love you, honor you. I appreciate you. Thank you for this connection that we have today. I'm so grateful to you. Please offer a blessing that is appropriate to Klaus for his request to find a better home where they can be happy and healthy and relax and not worry too much, where they can serve better. And divine, they're telling me for everyone here, only everyone here, if you want a blessing from this, it's going to be $50. But for anyone outside of here, it's $75 because you're receiving from 3 light bulbs at the same time. One of the light bulb comes from Edition, Master Rulin. So, Ren Fa Di Fa Tian, Tian Fa Dao, Dao Fa Ziran, Ren Fa Di Fa Tian, Tian Fa Dao, Dao Fa Ziran, 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 Dao Fa Ziran. Human follows earth, earth follows heaven, heaven follows nature, follow nature's way. Human follows earth, earth follows heaven, heaven follows nature, follow nature's way, 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 follow nature's way. Human follows earth, earth follows heaven, heaven follows nature, follow nature's way. Human follows earth, earth follows heaven, heaven follows nature, follow nature's way. Klaus, the other thing you need to do is you have to give gratitude to the home you are in right now. Do a forgiveness with the home you are in now. You give gratitude in saying, dear, the home I'm in right now, I love you. I honor you. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful for all these years of service, whatever how long time it was. If it's months, it's okay. For all these months, these years, you have served me and my partner and maybe my animals or whatever that is, and all my belongings. I'm so grateful. I apologize for not realizing that you've been serving me all this time. I apologize for my lack of wisdom, for my ignorance. Please forgive me. I understand this ignorance is due to lack of spiritual wisdom. I truly, truly ask for forgiveness. You know, I've been looking outward, trying to get the best house, the better house. You know, I don't know, maybe they are selling this house. It does not matter. I got out of a house when they were selling it. You know, I gave gratitude to it. Instead of me looking at the owners were saying, they told me they're not going to sell this house. They're not ever planning on selling this house. And 4 years later, we're selling. I'm like, okay, all right, okay, you're selling. I understand. I have to look, right? But there's that little shock. But so I don't know what's happening, whether you guys are selling the house or you were renting it and you have to get out. Give gratitude to this house. See what it has done for you. What has it done? It has kept you guys warm. All that, everything it has ever done. Thank it deeper. Ask for forgiveness for not seeing this truth, for not knowing this truth, and give so deep gratitude to it and thank it for everything. Where if it had a leak somewhere and that leak made you think, oh my gosh, maybe I need to leave, or whatever that is that has caused you to want to leave from there, look at it as an opportunity to evolve something better. Give gratitude to everything that makes you want to leave here. If it's bad or it's good. You know, instead of, oh, this house gives me so much headache, I have to fix that, I have to fix that, I have to fix that. And instead of looking at it as a complaint and say, this house has been showing me that, you know, either I continue fixing and having stress, or I just thank it for what it did and let it go to someone who will appreciate it more. Maybe you did appreciate it. I'm not saying you're not, okay, sorry. I'm not saying who will be able to take care of these leakings or the fixing or whatever that is. There's somebody who's gonna love it the way you did when you first moved in, and maybe even more, right? So when you give gratitude to the house and thank it for what it has done and say, I'm ready to release you to someone else who will love you, because I know with no doubt they will love you. I release you to that, and please forgive me for not realizing that you've been serving me so dearly. Thank you so much. Please help me as I release you to go to the other one that's gonna also make me happy and healthy. Now you are coming back to asking it to be one with you, to serve you. You ask for forgiveness, you offer it your unconditional forgiveness, and you say, if it's appropriate, could you please show me my next house? Now you're besties, right? Now you're besties with your house. You have no anger with it. You have nothing judgment against it. It's not angry at you. It wants to serve you. So in some ways, it's like the house says, oh, how may I serve you now from now that you are letting go of me? How may I serve you so you may be happy and healthy? And you say, my house, I would love to have but another house that's going to make me feel more happier and healthier. You know how I wasn't feeling so much anymore here because I've outgrown you maybe. So can you help me please find my next place? Use that as your way of doing forgiveness and offering gratitude at the same time. Thank you for that. And how, thank you everyone. Love you everyone. Today there was a lot of talky today, but love you everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Klaus, and thank you for allowing me to serve you with this honesty. And I love that it also helped me with that wisdom that I would have not thought of. But I've used gratitude and forgiveness to my houses before. The other house I had before I moved to the one that got sold was an apartment. I was in this downstairs, upstairs, their bathroom will leak. I did not know it was a bathroom, and it will come through towards my stove, and I did not know it was a bathroom. They never told me it was. That was gross, okay? Very gross. I got mad once, and I forgave, and I said, God, I know, because you know that I don't deserve to live in a place like this. I need a better place, and I know you have something better for me. I'm grateful that I came to this house because this house made me feel like I'm on my toes. I had to do something. Either I had to do the practice so I can find this house, or I had to go out and look. All I knew is I needed to do a lot of practicing and ask God to remove me from here nicely and find a better place. And I found a beautiful place, with a garage and all good stuff. So when you are going through the struggle you have right now, know that God has something better for you on the other side. Remember the yin and yang balance. Look at the opposite and you will find it there. Love you, everyone. Thank you so much. If anyone wants to share, please go ahead and share.
This is Klaus. Thank you, Master Loveness. Thank you, the Holy Stick. Thank you, Master Rulin, and thank you, Master Shah, and all holy beings. That was a very deep, deep blessing. And when you started to invoke the treasure and to give the blessing, it was really like shivering in my whole body, and it came in waves all the time. You did the blessing, and a lot of remembrance came up, because the real thing is that I lost my parents' home due to some cheating on my inheritance. And I did a lot of forgiveness. I had a lot of anger and hate. It took me 1.5 years to come over this and to get a normal way of thinking on that. And then I got also a flow from Amitabh, from Yen Wan Yang, and he said, come out of the karmic cycle, otherwise you will go deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yep.
And this is not the way you can go on. So this blessing, I think, has now changed my life, and I will do forgiveness further and also gratitude. So thank you very much, Mr. Loveness.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Shah.
I think it was just the right time to do it, because next month there will be some opportunities to find a place.
Yes, stay open and don't.
I learned from Master Shah that it always is the right time for a blessing. I don't know why, but it's like this.
Because heaven knows best. We don't.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We thank Master Shah for allowing us to have all these treasures that we can put into the things that we love and use them, for
and I would like to say that there was a remembrance when you mentioned Master Roger, because we saw him on the chanting channel very often, and we loved his singing of Love, Peace, Harmony with his deep voice and his sonor tune. It was wonderful. And also his teachings were wonderful. And you, as you mentioned, you have lived with him together, or you were in his neighborhood.
He was my
and
first
also
master.
learn from him. And it was the first blessing you received from Master Rogers, I can remember.
Yes.
So
here it is.
This is a very deep connection.
Paula was there. Okay.
Yeah.
Paula saw
and
me.
I still have him.
Go ahead.
I still have him in my mind. And because it was a very nice time when he was on the chanting channel, because it was in the afternoon, and we loved it to be with him and sing together. So there was no time anywhere that we sang so much Love, Peace, Harmony all the time with him. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I wish
a nice remembrance.
I wish they could put those back. Like, I don't know if she is still there, but I wish they will put, Anyway, so this was my first crown chakra blessing from Master Roger. And Linda went and wrote divine treasure, because Master Roger tell him, give her the what she needs to go chant. So Linda will write divine treasures, heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you, divine. It says chant at least 10 minutes, 3 times a day. You tell me to chant, I love to chant. So I started divine treasure, heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you, divine. And then the next time I went to get another treasure, another crown chakra treasure, it now became divine endowed treasure. I want to find that card because there are 2 cards. So now I have 2. Divine endowed treasures, heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you, divine endow. My song started to grow. Divine endowed treasures, heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you, divine endow. Divine endowed treasures, heal and rejuvenate me. It was one of the best things I've ever achieved in my life, to be given that crown chakra blessing. It was amazing. I knew it was one of the crown chakra I've never received before. I came from churches where they put their hands on you and they are praying on you and they are doing whatever, No, this one I knew was a different one because I was studying with Master Shah, Master Roger. It was awesome. And Paula was there, helping me figure out things. I didn't know. They were helping. They served me so much. And all my Portland family love you so very much, so dearly. I wouldn't be here without each one of you. Because it's rare to see our Portland family here. So when I see one, it touches my heart. Touches my heart deeply. And I want you to know that I'm beyond grateful for each and every one of you. And yesterday, Linda answered me, and I'm so grateful. I get to talk to Linda maybe today. I had forgotten. I was excited. I was like, can I come and visit? You know, I was so excited. And he said, oh, but remember COVID. I'm like, oh, you're right. It's just excited because I love you so much. You guys brought me to understanding what's going on. I can't just think, oh yeah, you know, I don't know where they are now. If I'm meant to come and serve each one of you or with you, I'll do the best I can to reconnect with each one of you. Miss Linda so much, but I don't, because yesterday she answered my call, she answered my text, and I feel so grateful for that. Thank you to Mr. Roger, to Mr. Shah. Thank you to all of you. Love you so much. Anyone wants to share about the blessing or anything else? I'm sorry I go, you know, I'm so grateful. The gratitude I have is beyond anyone's mind's comprehension, my own mind comprehension. I just want you to know I'm very grateful.
By the way, Master Loveness, may I remind everyone that there will be a healing concert in between 20 minutes at the center in San Francisco.
Oh.
To honor the Duchess Shibusa.
Yes. How would we register? Is it free?
Yes, it's free.
Oh, wonderful.
It starts at 10 o'clock p.m. and you have to register at the center in San Francisco. Master Mary Ann Melvin.
Is it 10 p.m. your time, right?
At 10 o'clock today.
Pacific Standard Time? No.
Okay, it's Pacific. 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll find it. Thank you. Love you. Love you. Anyone wants to share? Jennifer, how you doing? Paula, how you doing? Dan, how you doing? Thank you, Klaus, for all your service. Thank you so much. We love you. And if there is a way, yeah, we'll find it. It's San Francisco, so we'll find it. Okay. I think we're gonna go bye-bye. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Love you.